The Mike Wagne Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagne Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. The Mike Wagne Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagne Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
It's now time for the Mike Wagne Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagne Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagneShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagne Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagne Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at without your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention Mike Wagne Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagne Show can be heard on the MikeWagneShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagne Show. You can download and listen at Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagne Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagne Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagne Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a wonderful gentleman based out of Phoenix, Arizona. He's been traveling all over, and he's got a #1 song on the South Africa's country song charts. And this guy likes to see your shadow, and he's got a song out called I Will Tell Jesus You Said Hello. He's just got a great story behind this and how he got See Your Shadow started as a group and also songwriting as well, too. And he's worked with a number of people. He's got a lot of great projects, how this came about. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from beautiful Plush Studios of Phoenix, Arizona, here is the hot and very talented songwriter-singer, the ultimate See Your Shadow cowboy, Michael Coleman. Michael, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Well, hey, well, it's afternoon here, early afternoon where I'm at. I think it's probably evening where you are.
Well, it's great to have you on board. So let's just say it that way. It's just great to have you on board. So you're out in Phoenix, Arizona, and you are with a group called See or Shadow, which is also a songwriting collaboration, and you've worked with a number of talents as well too. You got a song called "I Will Tell Jesus You Said Hello," and you also have a #1 song in South Africa's country song charts as well too. And before we get into all that, tell us how I first got started.
Well, I've been writing for most of my life. I've always had a passion for the arts and show business. But as usual, as life goes, sometimes you get sidetracked, and then I had a milestone birthday one year. I won't tell you which one it was. And then I said to myself, you know what? I'm not doing anything with the talent that I've been given. So I need to scrap this corporate thing and do what I've been put on this earth to do. And then so I just started. That's basically how we formed See Your Shadow. I just started building it from the ground up. But it was that milestone birthday that pushed me in the direction that I'm going.
Mm-hmm. And what was that one moment that precisely influenced you into what exactly you're doing? This is like, hey, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life.
Well, you know what? It was just the feeling that I was getting every time I would create a piece. I mean, it was just a good bringing something to life from nothing. It just is a euphoric sense, and continuing to do that. You try to capture that moment, every time you create a piece. It's like giving birth.
Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly. I know what you mean. And also, too, who are some of your favorite artists and singers and musicians growing up?
You know what? My tastes were very eclectic growing up. When I was really small, my mom used to always have playing around the house groups like the Carpenters. Three Dog Night was a staple when I was little. And then the disco era hit, and then we listened to a lot of disco. Chic was really one of my favorites. Bernard Edwards and Nile Rodgers. I mean, what a fantastic group. And then when I went to high school, I ended up being a rocker, believe it or not, heavily influenced by Bon Jovi and all the hair bands of that era. I used to have shoulder length hair too during that time. So imagine a person of color with shoulder length hair rocking out to Bon Jovi, and in my neighborhood it was quite the oddity.
I think a lot of people just go through as well too, and of course you also formed See Your Shadow Songwriting as well too. And tell us more about that.
Well, See Your Shadow Songwriting is a collaborative network of musicians, singers, and people that have a love for the arts. Now I'm there. I run it as the artistic director, and I'm the chief songwriter of all the work that we do. And See Your Shadow is basically the network of artists that bring my work to life.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you also had some, really interesting people. You had been known for dance club music. You worked in film and television. And of course, you also rebranded yourself recently, and you did interesting switching. Just tell us about that.
Yeah. So, and during the early stages of See Your Shadow, we had a lot of good success in dance music with some of our dance projects that we were asked to do, and so that was our focus for a long time. And then when we came out here to Phoenix, because we originally were started in Columbus, Ohio, and so then we came out here to Phoenix, and then when we came out here to Phoenix, I said to myself, you know what, I want to rebrand the organization and focus on my first true love, which is country and western. And so we got a whole new battery of vocalists and musicians, and now we solely concentrate on country and western. Not saying that we may not do another dance project if the right project comes up, but I wanted to focus on my true passion, which is country and western.
Interesting. Who are some of your favorite country artists growing up?
Loretta Lynn, of course, love her. She always escapes me every time I'm in Nashville, and I've never had a chance to meet her yet because we're always crossing in the night. But I listen to a lot of Loretta, Conway, of course. Kenny Rogers was big around the house, and anybody that was on Hee Haw on Sunday nights. That's what we used to watch. Yeah.
My favorite. Oh my gosh, Buck Owens and who is it? Buck Owens, and he had Roy Clark and
Roy Clark. All of those folks that are on there. Pearl. It was just that was a staple in our household growing up. Is Hee Haw on Sunday nights.
Hee Haw on Sunday nights, and I thought it was always Lawrence Welk, but of course, you can put the two together or can separate as well. I can still see Minute Pearl going, "Howdy!" You have those four guys going, on the wall, something like that. So, oh my goodness. Okay, all right, and we'll get to a song as well too. I will tell Jesus you said hello. We'll get that in just a minute. But first, listen to The Mike Wagne Show at themikewagnershow.com. It's powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention The Mike Wagne Show. Get 20% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, The Mike Wagne Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagne Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and Apple, over 25 podcast platforms. Take The Mike Wagne Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagne Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow The Mike Wagne Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with Michael Coleman of See or Shadow here on The Mike Wagne Show, based out of Phoenix, Arizona. Originally grew up in Columbus, Ohio. Right now, here is a song that it's been a buzz about. It was the #1 song on South Africa's country songs chart. Here's I Will Tell Jesus You Said Hello from Michael Coleman here on The Mike Wagne Show.
He missed a ball playing catch with his dad. Forgot to look both ways. A car was coming way too fast. Doctors told his parents they had to make a choice in all the confusion. They heard his voice. Don't cry for me, it's gonna be okay. We will be together side by side one day. I know it hurts, but you must let me go. By the way, I will tell Jesus you said hello.
Kissed him on the cheek, said that last goodbye, leaving that room, asking themselves why, driving home in silence, they held each other's hand, even through the quiet, they heard their little man. Don't cry for me, it's gonna be okay.
gray hair, lines in their face. They lay flowers on his grave. Though they still miss him, they're no longer sad, as they took comfort in his last words. Don't cry for me, it's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
We will be together side by side one day.
Side by side.
I know it hurts, but you must let me go. By the way, I will tell Jesus.
I will tell Jesus.
You said hello.
Michael Coleman, See or Shadow. I will tell Jesus you said hello here, the Mike Wagne Show. Tell us more about that song and what inspired you to write this great song. I mean, I was just real emotional here.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites from the new body of work. And you know, the interesting thing about songwriting, especially the material that I write, is that I never know where my inspiration will come from. And this particular piece was actually written many years ago. And I couldn't even tell you where it came from. It all of a sudden it just came to me, and then I just started writing, and then it was done. You know, I mean, it was like there was a power guiding my hand to write this piece, and it. I mean, I don't have any children, so you know the song is about a couple that loses their child. I don't have any children, and in its original form, the piece was 3 verses, and each verse talked about a different type of loss. And then when I retooled it for this current version that you hear now, I just decided to tell the story about a couple that loses a child. And at the same time that I was doing that, I was going through my own tragedy, because my mom was really sick, and I had to take her off life support around the same time that I was doing this piece, and so it just really it just all came full circle for people to find comfort, and I found comfort in the piece when I was writing it, and we were putting it together, and I think that it shows in the end product that there's a lot of emotion behind the piece.
Mm-hmm. And I think the ones that stood out for me was "Don't cry for me, it's going to be okay," and "I know it hurts, but you must let me go," and it just reinforces that song as well too. And it's for people, those and I know of really close, that have lost their loved ones, especially children at a very young age.
Yeah. I mean, and that's why I think people have responded so well to the piece. I mean, it really is something that we all can relate to. You could plug any situation. I mean, I chose to write about a couple losing their son. I mean, but you could plug in any situation of loss into that song and find comfort in that chorus.
And of course, where can we find the song at?
Oh yeah, the song is anywhere you buy your digital music. It's on Amazon, iTunes. You can stream it on Spotify. Anywhere where you purchase digital music, it is out there.
And of course, we'll talk about what's coming up for See or Shadow's Michael Coleman and more. But first, listen to the Mike Wagne Show at themikewagnershow.com. Powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagne Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagne Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagne Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and over 25 podcast platforms. Check the Mike Wagne Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagne Show YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagne Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with Michael Coleman of See or Shadow here on the Mike Wagne Show. We just heard I Will Tell Jesus You Said Hello, and that's #1 spot on South Africa's country song charts. That's been recently. You also had some other tunes too, like Crazy Things Like That, Missing West Virginia, and Whatever on the Rocks and more. And tell us more about those songs.
It's those songs. I mean, I wanted to, like I said, we were doing the rebranding for those pieces, and Crazy Things Like That was actually a piece that I wrote for, and I think it was a Voice finalist for a few years back, and then that project didn't go anywhere, and so I decided to pull it out of the catalog and redo it, But the interesting thing, I want to talk about Missing West Virginia for a minute because there's an interesting story about that particular piece. And that song was also written years ago, and how that came about was a publisher of mine down in Nashville called me up one day and was telling me about the singer that he wanted me to write a piece for. And every time we talked on the phone, he always said, "Oh, Michael, hey, I met somebody, I want you to write for," and I'm always like, "Yeah, whatever." And so when I hung up the phone from talking with him, the line "Missing West Virginia" came to me, and I couldn't get it out of my head.
Really?
Yeah. And so I called him back. And I said, Daniel, ever since you've talked to me about Aaron, I have this line that I can't get out of my head. It's Missing West Virginia. Why would that be significant? And this is what he told me. He said, "Michael, Aaron is from West Virginia. And at lunch the other day, he just told me how much he misses West Virginia."
Oh my goodness! Almost heaven takes on a different meaning.
Yeah. I mean, so that's what I'm saying. I mean, I just never know where things come from. You can't make that kind of stuff up. I mean, and I never at that time I had never been to West Virginia, so for me to write a piece about the beauty of West Virginia and how I'm missing it. I mean, I hadn't experienced it yet.
And of course, you also have Simple Special Moment, I'm Too Weak to Fight a Love This Strong, When She Called Him Dad, Showdown, The Road I Used to Drive, and Today I Do Become I Don't. You can tell us about some of those from your great catalog as well, too. I know you're doing some rework, but it looks like you got a great lineup in your See or Shadow catalog. Yeah,
yes, and all the pieces that you're saying are from the new body of work that they're available at seeourshadow.com for folks to take a listen to. And yeah, I mean, there's good stories behind all of the pieces, and especially a Simple Special Moment. And because our lives are what that song talks about is just meeting a stranger and having a moment with the stranger that impacts you for the rest of your life. And I think we've all encountered people that we've just had a moment in time with, but they gave us a memory that stays with us for the rest of our lives. That particular song talks about a man who goes into a restaurant and has an encounter with the waitress and then meets her years later. I tell it from a it's called having a snapshot chorus, and that's rare. You don't find those types of songs written that way, and where a snapshot chorus is where the chorus talks about one moment in time, and then the verses move it forward later, and then you revisit that same moment in time from the first chorus. And I was talking with a colleague about that, and we were talking about that type of songwriting. And so when I wanted to write a piece that included a chorus, that I wanted to tell that story about just how we can, just how meeting somebody for an instant can just can have such an impact on our lives.
That is amazing as well too. And once again, where can we find those songs at?
Yes, you can take a listen to them at seeyourshadow.com. The singles you can anywhere that you get digital music, Amazon, iTunes, Spotify. You can look See Your Shadow up on Spotify. Anywhere that digital music is played, you can actually see the video to "I Will Tell Jesus You Said Hello" on YouTube. You can find us on YouTube, and we also have the video there for Crazy Things Like That, and Whatever on the Rocks is out there as well.
And we're looking forward to it as well, too. And we have a few minutes with Michael Coleman, See Your Shadow, here on the Mike Wagne Show. And what can we expect from you in 2020 and beyond?
Well, right now, and we talked about this earlier. I'm launching a creative complex back out in Ohio, which is a trip that I'm taking here in a couple of days, and we're going to do this film and video out there. And the next song that we're going to come out with will either be an all instrumental track, so I can feature my musicians, or it will be the Christmas song that I've been waiting to release, Christmas on Cell Block 9, and that will probably be the one if we can get it together in time for the holidays. But we're really excited about that because it's a real fun piece.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. Love to have you around Christmas time and talk more about that, later on as well, too. Just keep us up to date. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career, Michael?
Geez. I would say biggest influence would probably have to be, I think, my grandmother. I think she was always the type of person that always was afraid to take risk and had always told me never to take any risks. And I would always say to her, "Yep, no, but I'm going to do this anyway." and so yeah, so just proving that taking risks pay off probably was a big influence in my life.
And I think that's a really good one as well, too. To try that sometime. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
I would say be authentic, be your true self, and don't let anybody sway you from being your true self.
That is fantastic advice. Once again, Michael Coleman, See Your Shadow, here on the Mike Wagne Show. Michael, big thank you for your time. You've been fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. And before we go, just tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or listen to your music?
Yes, you can always find us at our flagship website for the music is seeyourshadow.com. We're on Facebook, and actually I encourage people to look Michael Coleman up on Facebook as well, and reach out to me personally. You'll see me with the cowboy hat there, the Metropolitan Cowboy, and let's see, you can get the music on Amazon, iTunes, at our flagship website. There's links there. And of course, you can see all the videos that we have done on YouTube as well.
That's fantastic. Once again, Michael, a big thank you for your time. You've been fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep this update. Love you have back on 2020 and beyond. You've been fantastic.
All right. Thanks for having me.
The Mike Wagne Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960. or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagne Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagne Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagne Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagneshow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagneshow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagne Show.